By making the decision specifically for us in grade 10 and remaining in single stream and allowing for these opportunities, what now our students are seeing in grade 11 is an opportunity to take a university level course or a college course or so forth, but they get to make that decision. And then they recognize that now where maybe post-secondary education wasn't a thought, it now is an opportunity.
It's a huge shift for opening up pathways for students and for opening up those STEM specific pathways for students. With respect to de-streaming, there is this belief that students who are high achievers will have to lower their standards or will be taught at a lower level. What is actually happening, what we're realizing is that with the supports that are in place for students who would have otherwise taken the applied level are actually elevating their skills through the supports and interventions such as the gap closing intervention course, as well as the math instructional support teachers who monitor and provide support not only to the students, but to the teachers as well. So teacher practice is shifting so that they have the skills and the ability to meet learners at their needs, at their level, and recognize what instructional practices are necessary for each individual student.
Having an academic credit at the end of grade 10, yes, it allows university, yes, it allows college, but it also gives you a greater opportunity to engage with OEAP, with SHISM, and with co-op.
What we've seen over the last number of years since de-streaming and single streaming have taken place is that there are a lot more students taking advantage of the opportunities offered through these experiential learning programs. We have an increase in the number of registered trade agreements through OEAP. We have a higher proportion of students completing their SHSM requirements because they are able to take their 2-credit co-op in summer school. And we have a wider variety of students accessing cooperative learning programs.
I chose to do my co-op over the summer at Janet McCaff because it wouldn't disrupt any of the courses I'm taking, and it would also free up space for me next year so I can take spares or I can take different classes that I probably wouldn't have otherwise been able to take. It doesn't mess with anything like your courses during the school year, and you can get volunteer hours or you can get paid, and it's a really great opportunity and I wouldn't pass up on it.
Well, right from the time students enter kindergarten in our system, the goal is for them to be able to graduate with as many opportunities as possible. Not all students learn at the same time or in the same way. So by coming into grade 9 and having these opportunities and then moving into grade 10 and still not having to make that decision has really allowed many more students access to different courses in grade 11 that just wouldn't have been available to them prior to the implementation of de-streaming in grade 9.
Students are definitely keeping doors open longer because, the door is open longer thanks to de-streaming. And so they just have the opportunity to try out a lot more things at different levels to see which one fits for them best. And that's really powerful. When we don't limit students early on, they have a greater opportunity to reach their full potential.
So for grade 9 is like, I had every single option that there was to have. And then it definitely narrowed down through grade 11. Choosing certain courses gives you like certain choices for what your career path is going to be. But because of things like co-op and stuff, I'm able to, get real life experience and really decide what I actually want to do. In my high school experience, having that co-op was just huge because if I were to not have had that co-op, I might have just, thrown away some of those university classes I took and just decided I'm going straight into the trades. This is what I'm doing. But then I would have ended up there and been like, maybe I don't want to be in the trades. So then I wouldn't have had much to fall back on.
De-streaming allows you to feel free to try. We've got to teach kids that it's okay to change your mind, to be flexible.
Our goal is to try to find the right pathway for the right kid. It's not a square peg round hole situation. It's asking the questions, having the experiences, being malleable, everything's negotiable, trying to put kids in a situation where they find success.
What de-streaming has allowed to happen is when students are entering grade 9, they aren't having to make difficult decisions, life-altering decisions in some cases, where previously they had to choose the academic stream, the applied stream, and so forth.
This year, we have implemented a new locally developed grade 9 math course, which is Math 1LY. That is specifically for targeting gap closing for grade 9 students. With those gaps being closed, they're better prepared for the de-streamed math course. And what we are seeing so far is that students who have taken that gap closing course are maintaining their success and their confidence in math in second semester.
In a cohort of approximately 4,000 students, we've had between 360 and 400 students who have achieved the academic credit. It's exciting because we know that any pathway that a student chooses is more available to them.
Academic achievement is a priority, and we want to see our kids achieve academically and be successful. And also believe that in doing that, we are going to have students who feel good about themselves. There is going to be high levels of well-being. It will support their mental health and will allow them to go confidently into the world after they leave our system.